Hey, back for another week. Week 24.
Not liking the energy, B.
You're not liking the energy, but it's about to come. I'm about to bring it. Excuse the voice.
What's
the
wrong
voice
with
is
your
a little
voice,
down.
man?
Excuse the voice. Excuse the voice. I'm battling a cold, man. I'm coming back.
You should let someone else do the intro.
Battling?
I'm fighting a cold, yes.
Oh, man. Okay.
What's wrong with that?
People fight flu.
Yeah, you fighting a cold.
I've been fighting a cold for like a week. I had
You're
three
weak.
games. I had
Get
3
your
games.
immune system up, man.
I coached 3 games last week.
Okay.
Battling a cold.
You a grown man. You're supposed to.
I didn't see that in the grown man resume.
Colds? Colds?
The grown man list.
Would you call off work for a cold?
The grown man list. Where's it at? Let me know what a grown
It's
man
online
supposed to do.
somewhere.
Because I think women would argue that nowadays in the Me Too
Let's
movement.
not speak for
Hashtag,
women.
Hashtag Me Too.
Hashtag let's not speak for
Did you
women.
just say that?
Yes, I support the Me Too movement,
Oh.
as you should.
I never said I didn't. Don't do that. Don't do that. I never said I didn't. Don't do that.
As you should.
I support whatever I need to support. I don't boycott things and just support them just because the people say to do so.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
You should.
Why?
Anyway,
Makes
man,
you,
we're live.
Makes you a puppet. You a puppet?
Am I a puppet?
Yeah.
You might be.
Why?
I
don't know.
feel like you
Felt
made
like the
a
right
puppet.
thing to
You
say.
made a puppet statement right there.
Can we start week 24 of
Let's
Opinionated
go,
Facts
man.
Podcast?
Bring the energy.
Yeah,
and
bring it.
We will.
Yo, I got the energy, man. You're supposed to start with some music, too. You're supposed to have music playing.
There's no music. Music is not a must.
he picks and chooses when it's okay to have music.
I mean, we're not necessarily live until you do the intro. Like, what are you waiting on?
Is that what we're doing?
I mean, we already wasted enough time.
Is that what we're doing? You're
I
waiting
mean,
on.
we're supposed to be live at 11:30, half hour late.
Okay.
That's debatable.
I'm about to say.
Well, let's just not say we're fighting colds, man. You're making us look weak as men out here.
Not us, y'all.
I'll never fight a cold a day in my life, man. It's just there. It exists. The flu, yeah. You know, but the cold, like you laying in bed, like struggling to live with a cold.
You should have told him it's bronchial. it would sound a little more harsh.
Oh man, I'll start with a song since we're.
Come on,
Since we're
man. This
slacking,
guy.
man. You know what I mean? You said I ain't bring the energy. I bring the energy. That's all.
Nah,
I'm
you
saying.
haven't brought anything yet. You haven't even started.
The podcast has started.
Oh, is it?
Yes, and we got people here we didn't even introduce. Jack slacking on the
We
DJ.
didn't even do the intro. We can't introduce anyone. We're technically not even here yet. Oh boy. Oh man.
You all right over there?
Thank God.
I've been blocked.
Everyone's fine. Yeah, we're fine.
I got blocked in so many groups, yo. Trying to drop these.
Anyway, let's get it going here. Get my man Jadena. Hey,
What?
that's where I'm at.
That's where we're at?
This is how I'm feeling this morning.
I'm definitely not co-signing this.
This is how I'm feeling this Sunday.
And you're battling the cold?
Yes, I'm a classic man. Don't put me in no box. I'm a classic man. But listen, you can beat me when you look this clean.
Oh.
Hey, let's get it going, man. Talk to him, Jadena. Got a name?
I've never heard anybody say talk to him, Jadena.
Talk to him, Jadena.
Oh, man. You're starting off on the wrong foot, man.
No, we're not.
I was somewhat like energetic to do this until that thing was like it's taking me.
We're gonna change the energy.
Yeah, it's taking me back.
We're gonna
Talk
make
to
sure.
him. Week 24, Opinionated Facts. Week 24, Opinionated Facts are back at it. Microphone check, microphone check. Hey, this is the world's most popular barbecue talk, barbershop talk, man cave conversation. However you like it or dislike it, this is the Heavyweight Champ of Sports Talk Podcast. This is your Opinionated Facts. These are your hosts. Behind the boards, we got Jack today, working from behind the boards.
Hey!
There we go. I see. I like the energy. I like the energy.
I'm doing nothing back here. I'm not working the ones and twos. I'm just,
You get the headphones on, you looking for it.
No, I did the sound check and everything.
And we can be mean when you look this clean. Tell them.
Nah. I would have brought my own beats. These beats ain't cutting it. But that's neither here nor there.
Hey, we have the
good
Donald
beats.
Trump of Sports Talk Podcast back with us again.
I don't understand how I
I
got
think
that.
he was out last week, but he's back this week.
Where's my McDonald's at,
I mean,
man?
I'm gonna make an appearance every other week.
Every other week.
Yeah, I'll take a week off.
Hold on,
Week on, week off.
for the listeners out there, why is he the Donald Trump? of
Yeah, because I don't
podcasts?
know either.
I would like to know.
All right. Red has a lot of conservative views on sports take. And if you listen
Whoa,
to the last
What?
That's
20,
him. That's
and
you.
if you listen to the last 23 episodes, I'm sure you guys. I didn't get this. Like I didn't make it up. I got calls.
I got calls.
I know
That's
you
what
got-
happens when you have a different opinion. You get calls
Exactly. So I'm gonna call you out in your calls.
because you're a puppet.
No,
Jeez.
I'm saying that it was.
You agree with what the majority of your people agree with. Not by saying your people, I mean people you're friends with, not necessarily African Americans or whatever. People that agree with whatever you agree. You let them dangle you with the little strings and stuff. And because I disagree one time with Kaepernick, that's where it started from. No Kaepernick opinion.
Well, Reed,
Because I said he was garbage
Eric Reed. So.
as a football player.
Right.
Kaepernick is garbage as a football.
As a football player, not as a person. I think he's phenomenal for the world. Said that plenty of times. But because I don't think he's talented on the field, I'm Donald Trump.
He was talented for.
Yeah, a couple of years. He had, but prior
He
to
was talented
him
for a
being
couple
out of the
of
league,
months.
he wasn't very good for about 3.
No, he wasn't good
3 years.
before
Hold
he got
on.
out the league. Man.
Hold on.
He was sitting on the bench. Remember?
Exactly.
No, I'm just saying.
Look,
And
this
Blaine
team-
Gabbert took his
This is
job.
a coach's opinion.
Well, listen.
First, we got to introduce him.
I'm about to say.
We're gonna get out of
He's
here.
sitting on the bench.
we have a special guest with us today, the interim head track and field coach from Lincoln University. Coach Wilson Bailey is with us in the building. Thank you for joining the Opinionated Facts team.
Yeah, no problem, man.
We,
Happy to be here.
we definitely appreciate you being here. Don't agree with him if you want to get more recruits.
That's not true. That's not true.
Your
You
recruits
go
will
over to Stevens, man. I got a great rapport over there with those guys. A great one.
So when you call him the Donald Trump of podcasting, like, where's the plaid?
Because of that only,
Where's it?
is it because that take on sports, just that take? Because what else have I said that?
Where's the Big Mac on platters though? Like,
Yeah,
I'm talking about it was the Colin Kaepernick, right?
right. Yeah,
It was.
I mean-
I think you gave Eric Reed the Sit Down and Be Humble award.
he deserved it.
He deserved
At
it.
the time, he
No,
deserved it.
He did not deserve it.
At the time, he deserved it.
No, he did not.
How didn't he?
You can't.
He was out of control.
No, he was standing up.
No, he wasn't
People
standing up.
Who
He wasn't
couldn't
standing up.
Stand up.
He was getting angry with the guy that got $9 million or $90 million from a place to use in his community, and he was angry about that. What is he angry about?
This is not even on the docket.
I'm trying. Oh, you're right. It's not. But
So,
you brought it up. You said I gave him the award. Yes, I did give him the award. At the time, he deserved it.
Listen, Eric Reed,
Kanye
Instead,
deserved it at the time I gave it to him.
Kanye West still deserves it.
Yeah, you get it every week.
Eric Reed was trying to give people a voice for the voiceless in his community.
Who?
Eric Reed.
Who was he giving the voice to?
Many minorities who are being attacked by the
Kaepernick
police.
gave him that voice. He just followed suit.
All right, but
Kaepernick gave him the voice.
Kaepernick is not here. Like he can't speak.
What do you mean he's not
Publicly
here?
no more.
Where's he at? Where did he go? To Mars?
I mean, no.
Like, where's he
No, I
at?
was
Look,
just trying
man.
to see what's going on. Man.
Oh, because,
Let's-
all right, the Sit Down and Be Humble Award is an award we give out for someone that does something stupid during the week.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
And I gave him that award weeks ago. We're talking maybe week 15 or something, back when the Eagles played the Panthers. Him and Jenkins got into an argument before the game started. Jenkins goes out as the captain for the coin toss. Reed makes his way out there. He ain't the captain. He makes his way out in the field, starts an argument with Jenkins over him taking money from the NFL to use in the community, in his own community, to help people. Which that money they took and used to bail out, I think 9 different people out of jail so they can spend Thanksgiving with their family.
Now, that
Stop
wasn't.
it. He
that
didn't know.
wasn't-
It doesn't matter. He didn't know that.
But that didn't
And
happen
that's
at that
why
time.
he got the award, because he didn't sit there. Look, first of all,
At
it
that
shouldn't
time,
have
they
happened at
didn't
the
bail
coin.
out nobody.
It shouldn't have happened at the coin toss. He just looked stupid doing it at the coin toss. If you want to talk to that man, you wait till the game's over or get him pregame and say, "Hey, let me talk to you," like a grown person would do. But if you approach it with that kind of animosity, what do you think you're going to get back? And it happens on camera in front of 70,000 people and whoever else is watching on TV. What do you think? How do you think people are going to take that? That's why people are not taking him seriously. And that was my problem with it. It was his approach, which is why he got the award, because he didn't know what was going on with that money. He just spoke.
He was passionate about something that he
Yeah,
believed
and
in.
he was passionate about getting an award. He deserved it. He still deserves it. And we can move on.
We're moving on.
I explained this. There's an explanation for it.
We got
But
Coach Bailey
because
here.
I won against Kaepernick twice, I guess, apparently.
Yeah,
'Cause Eric
speaking-
Reed and Cap, I'm Donald Trump.
Speaking about
Because I had that
passionate-
opinion.
Speaking about passionate, and for all the wrong reasons. Broner really thought he won that fight last night.
I don't think. No, I think he's.
You think he's putting on the show?
Yeah, I think when people do that, he's trying to be a comedian.
Exactly.
So he's
that's what I think.
Like I said,
he's being sarcastic against himself.
Yeah.
Hey, so you don't think he thinks he won the fight?
No, I don't think he wanted to win.
We watched it together, and this guy, when the final bell rings, he raises his hand and runs off, like, and we're all sitting there shocked, like, are you serious?
He didn't want to win that fight, man.
No, absolutely not.
So is this topic of conversation is about Broner right now? We here? You sure?
We're here.
Stay here for a little bit.
Full on this conversation.
Yeah, we'll stay here.
Go in.
Broner's not in shape.
He's not. He gets fat.
Broner never gets in shape. I'm not in shape right now. I'm personally not in shape. This is how Broner showed up to this fight, looking like me.
Hold on. If it don't even matter, like that might be the point. But he don't throw enough punches.
No. Okay, that's another problem. Okay, so if you're not in shape, that means you may not be able to fight for 12 rounds.
Right.
You may, and you know you don't throw enough punches. That's for whatever reason you don't do that. And maybe that's a lack of confidence on. You know you didn't train for this fight. Everybody
that fights Broner, the same knock on him. Everyone knows people are going to throw punches down. He's not going to throw punches back.
If I was out of shape, right, I wouldn't throw punches either because I know
trying to conserve that energy.
I'm a conserve energy, and if I throw punches, you could counter.
And he's a counter puncher, and he wasn't countering.
And if he gets caught getting countered, then he's in danger of getting knocked out. So he wants to be on defense.
Broner is not. He's taken some of the worst punches I've seen a person take and not be lights out. Like even yesterday, took one from Pacquiao. He should have been lights out. And against Maidana, he took an ass whooping against Maidana. I mean, that was almost Mayweather or Toro Gotti type fight where it was so one-sided, and he wasn't knocked out then. So he does have a chin. But who wants to just get... I think it's bigger than Broner not throwing punches. I think, and it's not funny, but I think Broner might have one of the worst cases of CTE.
That's not funny.
It's not funny, but it might be true. Because this guy he doesn't even think about anything. He just talks.
As we laugh, he says it's not funny.
The guy gets his hair brushed by his dad.
Who's his...
After every fight.
I got his dad got to be... Somebody has to talk to his dad.
Someone got to.
But what I'm saying is, like, who's mentoring this man? Like,
Mayweather.
Nah, he was. Remember they had their issues there. Mayweather's really not in his life.
Like, everybody should have somebody they can go to, man. And what's up with his people?
He don't have any good people around him.
He's a legit trainer now. Kevin Cunningham is one of the best trainers in boxing.
He is.
And, he put his word out there, pre-fight, that this is the best training camp he's done with Broner, and he lied. He lied to us.
I don't think he lied. I think he probably believed that.
But Broner probably looks good. He probably looks good in training camp.
Do you guys think that? No, he doesn't, man. Did you see All Access?
No, I didn't see All Access.
Oh, he doesn't talk
he
to the camera.
He seems like he's a boxing guy. I'm pretty sure he watched All Access.
Yeah.
You see his core section, man? He's not in shape.
I didn't see it.
Man, I saw him run one time. The whole All Access.
He's like he's about to pull a hamstring.
And he was sprinting. Sprinting is not, man.
Yeah,
it's not done for boxing.
If you're not in shape, you shouldn't even sprint yet.
I agree.
You gotta put your mileage in.
I think our problem is we have expectations for Broner, like they're high, and he's a bum.
No, I don't.
That's what he thinking that he could beat Pacquiao.
We went to watch the fight we just wanted to make sure it happened. We wanted to see it. We knew he was.
I think people think he's better than what he is. He's a bum. He hasn't been good since he's left the 135 pound, 140 pound.
You say division. 4-weight class champion. That carries something.
It does.
And that's it, and that's the point. Like I said last week.
What point do you say that was 5 years ago?
You think he's worse?
The last time he was a champion was 5, 6 years ago?
He's worse than Zab?
He's not better. He hasn't got any better.
No, I think so. I think he's worse than
Zab. Because Zab, at his highest, he gave Mayweather a good fight there for a couple rounds.
He had a name.
Cotto.
Zab was a bad boy.
But that's who Broner is becoming. He's becoming a guy that, he's a big name. Let me fight this guy and beat him, so maybe I get a bigger fight somewhere down the line.
How many rounds do you think he won last time?
2.
And that's me. Well, because the first round was tough. I didn't really give it to either or. So that round, second round, I thought he won in 10th round.
Okay.
But that's me being biased because I wanted it. I felt like I wanted it more than he wanted it at certain points. It's just like he didn't let his hands go. He's a counterpuncher, so he's trying to find his pocket, and he's just not. nothing was working for him, but he wasn't in shape, and he'll never fool me. He'll never get the opportunity to fool us again because he won't be a main event pay-per-view star.
Yeah, I think his main event days are over. Unless he puts the show on in New York.
Grand opening, grand closing.
Well, that was his first one.
Who do you think he's gonna fight next?
Pay-per-view, I'm talking about main event far as just main event. I think he might be done. He may be an undercard fighter.
But that's the thing. He's able to talk himself in the big fight. So if at 140, if he can make 140, there's bigger fights for him. But at 147, he's
taking
not
that too far, man.
Wasn't he good at 135?
Whoa,
that's what I mean. He ain't been good since he's been to 147.
He's not gonna go down to 135, man.
No,
135 was good.
He's incapable.
147?
He
can't.
Why can't he go 135?
Without surgery?
Nah, his body's not capable.
Yeah, because he walks around like 160. He has to cut weight to get down to that. Like, he walks around fat. I won't say fat, he's not fat, but he walks around like, he walks around at 165.
A lot of boxers do, and they're focused. But he is not focused.
Like Mayweather said, he don't know if he wants to be a porn star, a rapper. He don't know. He's confused.
Yeah, well, you're right. Because, like, Mayweather stays in shape, like, whether it's a fight or not.
Like he said, Mayweather said when he goes out, he don't drink. Because that's how he was able to stay in shape. Like, he just doesn't do nothing that Broner does. Even though Broner wanted to do everything that Mayweather did. He wanted to follow everything from that.
Well, the thing about Broner, he does so much, man. Like, I don't know how much he takes. I don't know how much he wants to be a good fighter or he wants to be good financially.
He wants to be infamous.
Like, he don't want to be a world champ.
I don't think he cares anymore.
I think he wants what comes with it, but he doesn't want.
Yes.
Like he said, he's about billions. He don't say he's about fighting. He says he's about billions, and he's barely making millions. He barely make millions for the fight.
Oh, he made 2.5.
He made 2.5 million.
He doesn't want to train.
After taxes.
After maybe he'll make up for that with the pay-per-view
buys.
buys.
Running around.
I don't see it, man.
He don't want to train.
By 35, he doesn't fight again. I should be very surprised if he had money. Like, I feel like he'd be bagging.
He made last year 2.5 million.
No, he made that yesterday for the fight. 2.5.
Okay, but
after taxes, you're going down about
supposed to take some of that money and put it into your body and your training and pay the people you need to pay. I don't think he wants to do that.
He's going to buy more diamonds, more grills.
He's trying to get the
Man,
fitness.
my phone.
And that's what it comes down to with the. That's what it comes down to with him just being that guy on, like, music videos, rapping, and everything else. Like, we don't see him as just a boxer, and that's where he has to decide what he wants to do with his career. Like, cause when you look at him, is there anything that says like, yo, he shouldn't be a top tier boxer?
Yes.
What?
His mentality.
His body, man. He's
but
not
like
in shape.
If he got in shape, you would think he would be.
He can't get in shape.
Why not?
Because it's hard. First of all, it's harder to. He's older now, man. He's not 21. He's 19 years. He can't
29.
get in shape.
Yeah, I think he's 29 years old.
He's fighting at 145, 147. Eventually, he's gonna run out of opponents.
I think he might already run out of good opponents that he could fight.
All the people that want to box right now is they're looking at the Mayweather way of trying to box. So all the new people that come in, they think they could just come in and control the whole situation. And it's just not working. That puts everything on a standstill. You can hardly get fights to happen anymore.
Yeah.
And you're not getting a whole lot of pay-per-view.
So like.
I mean, that fight yesterday probably shouldn't have been pay-per-view.
He can't even get in shape.
It's hard for.
He doesn't want to train.
I'm about to say, and that's just a mental aspect. Like, if he ever bought into it, though, I think he would.
No, he hasn't time to buy in. Man, what do you mean? He's been doing this for years.
You're getting paid millions of dollars.
He's been paid millions of dollars
to train. This kid's out here training for free.
Yo, this guy's about to be 30. Or is he 30? I think he's about to be 30. I think he's 29, right?
You go to the gym, man?
He is what he is.
He said he goes to the gym.
I hate it.
He pays a membership to go there.
Yeah.
And he's getting paid to work out. He doesn't want to do it. It's never going to happen, man. I have no faith in Adrian Broner at all.
None. He lost. I didn't think he was going to win the fight yesterday anyway.
Entertaining.
But after what happened, after like the post-fight, I don't really care if he ever fights again.
I didn't see an official post-fight sit-down press conference.
Yeah, he did the same thing. He didn't go crazy. Yeah, they always do the press.
I didn't see it. Did Manny?
You didn't miss anything.
He did one too?
Yeah, they both come out there after the fight. And, thank whoever was involved, and he's like, I'm not gonna put a show on, but I think I won. I controlled the fight. I'm like,
I don't know what fight he was at.
They had a sit down press conference.
Yeah,
I didn't see
they
it.
do that after every fight.
No,
They don't
not
actually
the-
show it.
Oh,
They don't actually show it like
I
you'll
didn't
catch
see
it
it.
online, but
Yeah.
I
like
didn't
all the
catch it
media.
online,
Yeah.
But I don't know what fight he was at. He clearly wasn't at the same fight we were watching. Because to say he controlled the fight, to even think
He
it.
did say he controlled the
To
fight.
even think it though.
I
To
thought that
even
was funny,
even
though,
that
man.
for that to run through his mind like as soon as this bell rings, I'm gonna run off and jump on the ropes and yeah, I won. Like where is he?
He said he controlled the fight, and I think that is very funny. And I would watch another Broner fight just so I can hear him say that.
I'm telling you, man, CTE written all over that guy. And it's not funny, but it's like something's not there for
I
him.
mean, he's on something at this point. I thought he wasn't into the drugs and alcohol. But
He must be sipping on something. Because something's going on there.
Well, moving forward, I guess we can officially say that Broner let the hood down.
I don't know
Yeah,
what
we
the hell he was talking
what
about.
you talking about though.
He's trying to brought the hood with me.
Yeah, I don't know what hood you
stands
represent.
empty, man.
But the Philippines definitely won out over the hood last night.
Hold on, man.
I think he was talking about that hood.
Like, had to be.
Shout out we got Kendall Holt watching right now. He's former boxing champion. You know, not to blow up the spot or anything, but you know, shout out to Kendall Holt. Rated R. I don't know if you guys remember him. Ricardo Torres. You know,
I'm not
we look him up. No, he fought in the early 2000s. Like New Jersey. He's a great fighter in his time. Thanks for tuning in, though.
Definitely appreciate it. Moving forward, we have the head track and field coach here from Lincoln University. Coaching track down at Lincoln. I see you guys, like I was looking at the roster and I see you guys recruit like nationally. Is that a challenge, or like when you are trying to sell your university on like making like Southern kids come north or anything of that nature?
No, it's not a challenge at all, man. Oh well, recruiting is. I think anybody that recruits, it is a challenge, but it's not. You know, it's not like we're always at the edge to get those kids from down south. You know, I think we have a good product. We have a couple of majors that other schools don't have, and we also have we have an indoor facility which a lot of schools don't have.
It's big.
You know, when it comes to track and field, you need the space. You know, you need the space to throw, you need the space to jump, you need the space to run, and we have all that. So that's very attractive. You know, and we also have 18 national championships, so that helps.
So, and you got like you're one of the youngest, if not the youngest ever hired at your school.
I would say, yeah, I'm probably one of the youngest to be appointed, especially on the track program. I'm definitely one of the youngest, or if not the youngest,
Nice.
to be appointed that position.
Yeah, man. So, whatever we can do to help you out here, man, in this area.
You got some money?
Yeah, you're sitting next to Donald Trump over there, man.
I mean, we could throw some fundraisers together. We could throw some fundraisers together.
You know, I just want to, because I live right here in Lancaster, man. So I just want to, and I'm from New Jersey.
Oh, nice.
So I just want to, you know, definitely same thing here. Reach out to the Lancaster community and just get a little bit more acquainted with that.
Yes. And this is the place to do it. So, like, I'm a big Duke basketball fan. And my friends always used to come at me because they said Coach K recruits, like, a certain type of athlete. Like, back in the day was the knock on him was, you know, he's going to recruit all the best white athletes in the world or high school kids coming out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I've always fought that. I always fought like you recruit a certain type of kid to fit your system or the type of kid that you want that's going to fit in with you.
Yes.
Is that similar to how your recruiting style goes in general?
100%.
Yeah.
Because I ran for Lincoln.
Gotcha.
So, you know, I know how my team looked, and I know what type of athlete I was.
Yeah.
So me being an athlete, you know, I had a great work ethic, and that was my biggest talent. You know, working hard. You know, my size didn't really help me out on the track, so I had to put in a lot of work. So work ethic wasn't a problem, but when I was putting in work, you know, I kind of overshadowed you on purpose. So I would say, you know, it's all about me winning. I'm not worried about you at all. So instead of being a mentor to you, I'm trying to destroy you. You know, I'm viewing you as my direct competition, and you know, I don't want that for my athletes. So if you want to win the national championship, you're gonna have to be a team player.
Definitely.
You're gonna have to bring people along with you. So that's something that I look for when I'm recruiting. It is a long process to recruit. At one point, I'm still doing every bit of recruiting on my own.
Gee.
I don't want to cut you off
every
here.
Every single bit of recruiting.
I mean, I don't like how he tried to let Coach K off the hook there. I mean, he threw that in there, and it's been a topic of discussion a lot.
Go ahead, man.
And he's letting them all. He's letting Coach K off the hook. Off the hook.
Who?
Because Coach K don't go to certain areas to recruit.
Right.
And that is the knock on Coach K. He doesn't go. He's not going to go sit in Marcy Projects to get an athlete.
Right.
You're going to go to Marcy Projects if the right athlete is there.
You know,
it don't matter where he's at. Whether he's in the suburbs or he's in Marcy Projects, you're going.
I give everybody an opportunity.
Exactly.
And I know this is not basketball. I have the ability to have as large as a roster as I want. You know, I can have 60 people on the roster, on men, 60 people on women. Now, I'll probably travel 20 of them, but they're allowed to be on the roster and practicing. So we're open door policy on how we recruit.
I'm not letting Coach K off the hook. I think Coach K would go to Marcy Projects if there was a good.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. No, he hasn't. He had the chance to go to Detroit. He didn't.
When? How do you know he didn't go to Detroit? I'm sure you've been to Detroit a lot to recruit out.
You watch 30 for 30?
Which one? There's a lot of 30 for 30.
Jalen, you watch you know, the Fab Five.
Oh, the Fab
you
Five.
Watch it?
The Fab Five.
Coach K didn't recruit none of those guys. They were going to play for Duke.
They were going to go to Michigan.
He did recruit Chris Webber.
Oh.
Chris Webber went to a private school.
Of course. I bet he visited him at that school.
I mean, Chris Webber is also one of the top players in the country, so of course you're going to get.
So was Jalen. He didn't even get a call from Coach K. Why? Because he wasn't going down there.
No, because maybe he just didn't need a guard.
No, he wasn't going down there.
Maybe he just didn't need a guard.
Oh, yeah, of course. He doesn't need one of the best guards in the nation. Why would he?
Because they played against Duke, and they lost to Bobby Hurley, who was a pretty good
he
guy.
was better than Jalen. We know that.
He was a high recruit?
He was better than Jalen?
Was he not a high recruit?
Was he better? I don't care how high. Was he better or not?
I'm just asking you a question.
I'm asking you a question.
What I'm saying is, he was.
So he wasn't better. That's what I'm hearing. He wasn't better.
If you
was Hurley better or not?
If you look, you're not.
Was Hurley the better player?
I don't know.
Wow.
What do you mean?
I'm off of it. If you're not going to be honest in the conversation, I'm done. I'm done with it. I don't want to talk about it no more.
Bobby Hurley was a player in the NBA.
Best track athlete you've ever seen. No. For what?
Because Bobby.
So you lie? No, I'm not going back and forth with you lying to me.
Yeah, just answer the question, man. Is he?
No, it's fine.
Bobby Hurley was a great NBA player until he got hurt.
It's fine.
It's great. We're tossing the word great like it's nothing.
Go ahead. Next question. Go ahead.
Track and field guy. I mean, best track and field athlete you've ever seen, and the best track and field athlete you've maybe never seen. Because it's gonna be different, I assume. Because in your era, I'm assuming maybe the best track and field athlete you ever seen may have been Marion Jones or somebody. But before that, their time, before we were born, there's probably other great athletes like Barney Ewell, whoever. So who was the best?
Never seen. I would say. Carl. I mean, I didn't physically see him compete, so I would say Carl Lewis or Jesse Owens.
Okay.
Right now, I have to say Usain Bolt. In our era, I'm not a fan, by the way, at all. But he's the best that I've ever seen.
I would agree with that, just as far as everything he's accomplished.
Why are you not a fan?
No, I'm not a fan.
Why?
First of all, I'm an American, so it's Team USA. Secondly, you know, I don't know, just that team gets away with a lot of stuff. So.
Illegal stuff.
I would, you know, they had some people.
I mean, it's okay to speak on it.
There's some people on his team that, like, almost all of them got for banned substances. It'll be kind of weird if, you know, I'm taking something you guys have no idea. We're around each other every day. It's a little fishy to me. It's a little fishy, man.
Both never really got caught, though. I mean, Johan Blake did, though.
Yeah, I mean, come on now. That's what you think Johan Blake is there for. For him, it's like a sparring partner. It's an everyday sparring partner.
That's a good point. I never even thought about that, to be honest.
You know, it's everyday. And if Blake falls off, like just think about it. If his talent diminishes, you're gonna have to find somebody else that we can get in here. So it could push. So it could push Bolt to be him.
Yeah.
Johan Blake is talented, man.
It makes sense.
He gets hurt, we gonna have to go get somebody new quick until he gets better. Like I mean, at least until he gets better.
But what's your opinion on football guys who run track or don't run track because they feel or whatever don't feel that it's going to help them?
It depends on the football program. I think it depends on the kid. It honestly depends on the student more than the football program, because a lot of these football guys, they come out here and they want to. First of all, they have the off season. As soon as the last game comes around, that's the off season. Mm-hmm. Some of these guys are tired, man. So I know some of these guys they get hit every practice, or they have contact. They got pads once or twice a week. They play every Saturday. They're tired. Their body hurts. They're not interested in hopping into track right away.
Yeah.
You know, it's just that's not what it is. We have a couple football players on the team. I gave them about 2 weeks. You know,
yeah, that's not a bad idea, dude.
You go to the training room. They'll take care of you. You come back for the following week. We'll put you in the pool, do a couple workouts. At least you're not doing all that pounding. And by that time, you should feel a little bit better in your back. But I think football and track goes hand in hand. There's a direct correlation between football and track. If you look at all the top football programs, they more than likely have a good track team too.
Yeah. That was one of my. I've always wanted. I felt like I've always should have ran track. I mean, I wasn't fast, but I'm saying like I felt like it could have helped me.
I mean, there's a lot of reasons, man. First of all, at least you're still being competitive. You know, if you don't run track after football season, the next time you're really being competitive is maybe spring ball for a week and August for football camp. That's it. If anything, nobody said you have to be the best track athlete.
So what's your Super Bowl of track and field? Like, is it Penn Relays?
No, I wouldn't say
like,
Penn Relays. I would say Super Bowl. You mean with the excitement too?
Yeah.
Because we have the national championship, of course, but sometimes it's not as exciting.
Like you have like Daytona for NASCAR, even though it's the first. It's
okay,
the first,
Penn
but it's not really.
Penn Relays in terms of excitement is probably the biggest thing. Yeah, that's probably the biggest thing.
I've never been. I've always wanted to go.
I'm gonna see if I can help you out with some tickets.
I would appreciate it because I'd definitely be there.
Penn Relays is a great time for all the folks down in the Philly area, but and beyond, 'cause people come from all over to go to Penn Relays. I'm losing my voice. So
come on, man. See, this is what we're talking about, yo. This is why you should stay behind ones and twos, man.
Yeah, we talked about it.
We were perfectly fine, man. These guys started talking about losing. This guy's been fighting the cold. He's fighting the cold.
You need some ginger tea, man.
The cold's winning.
You come in here with a fruit punch. Just have something hot, something warm for your throat.
The cold is definitely winning. You definitely win the fight.
Yeah, you lost. It's over. If you're gonna announce on here like, oh, breaking news, I lost my voice.
If this was a track, meet, I'd be like 50 meters behind in the 100.
Well, yeah, you're behind.
What was your event day when you ran track in high school, man?
Oh, man.
Way back when?
I mean, I wasn't like. You can't say that I was a track guy.
You wasn't?
No, I ran track, but I wasn't like a track guy. So you want to say like I was a sprinter.
You was a sprinter, okay.
Well, I didn't run the 400. I didn't run the quarter. Real sprinters run the quarter.
Yeah, for some reason I had a whole different
view
of you in high school, man.
Has he? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, he has ran the quarter.
He ran the quarter.
Bolt.
Yeah, he ran.
Really?
He's a real quarter mile.
Oh, really?
He started out with the quarter mile. This whole 100, 200 thing is a complete accident. Yeah, I'm saying seriously. You could go back and to the years. I think he was running about 45 seconds. You could go back to on YouTube about whatever 8-9 years ago, and he took a different. He must have got. I think that's when he met up with that coach that he has now, and he went out to run the 100. It was him and Wallace Spearman. They used to always battle with each other in the 200. But he had went out to run the 100 in the rain. It was raining. Now his real top-notch sprinter probably wouldn't have ran that day because it's bad weather. They don't want to put a bad time on their resume.
Yeah.
But his coach didn't care because this is practice for him anyway. He went out there and put a world-leading time up on the board. So why not?
Yeah,
You really quarter miler, but he's not the world leader. So you might as well just keep the ball rolling with what's working.
See,
It's a complete accident.
it's crazy.
I know that. I know that.
It's
Good
complete
information.
accident. I don't think a lot of people know that.
I didn't know that.
Even a lot of track guys. I don't think it's people realize that he was doing supplemental training. Like we got half milers. If you got a half miler, they're usually a miler or they're a 400 runner too. And this times our half milers, they ran the 800 and then the 200 right after. And that's weird. That's a distance race or a mid-distance race, and then you have them sprinting. But I do that sometimes because the kid needs a combination of both.
I was about to say, like, with track now, like, I think the 800 is turned into like a sprint.
Yeah, it's a sprint.
Yeah, it's not like, that was a distance race when we were coming up.
Yeah.
Now it's like a sprint, and that's two, for you guys that don't know, that's 2 full laps.
I know, we know.
400 plus 400 is...
All right, we're good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Half you guys are good at math.
Yeah.
We mean you
Anyway.
guys. He's the one that said it.
No, say what?
400 plus 400.
No, but he tried to say, like, well, for guys that don't know, 800
Everybody might
is
not know. Everybody, like,
You looked at us.
You did.
you might not know.
You could have said for our listeners,
Yes.
but you didn't. You like for you guys that don't know, you looked at both of
All
us.
great points by Jack.
Don't disrespect me.
You're not only losing the coach, you're losing this argument.
Yeah, that was a very good point by Jack.
Very.
All right, for our listeners, that's 2 times around the track. See if you can go out and sprint 2 times around the track.
You can't do a slight jog with time.
Track and field gives, like, it produces some of the best athletes in the world, and it's underrated. I want to see a professional track and field league.
How can you say it's underrated and they have the Olympics? It's like the
Well,
biggest world thing you can
Yeah,
have.
it's kind of underrated.
It's
though.
one event at the Olympics. Don't think like they have the Olympics.
Track and field.
they have.
the Olympics.
It's
they
underrated.
don't have football at the Olympics.
They have
It's
one sport.
underrated until you get to the Olympics. Until it's Olympic time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
There's not too many millionaires
But
that are
there's
track.
good reasons why.
No.
I think there's good reasons why.
Not too many million.
Why?
A lot of things.
It's an individual sport, man. How much money you think everybody's gonna be making?
Yeah,
There's
everyone
no way,
can't.
there's
Everyone
no,
can't
There's no way.
get that. It's not a team sport.
So my
And,
goal.
and you know what you get. You know what's coming with it when you sign up. It's like boxing.
Yeah. But we try to promote the team aspect of it. And,
No, on this level,
yeah.
it's all about the team. But when you're trying to be a pro,
You get to the Olympics.
you're your own team.
Your team.
And it's just, yeah, you have a Nike sponsorship, but that's not like LeBron's Nike sponsorship.
Yeah, you're right.
No, he gets to hang out with his family, and stuff like that. When you're a track athlete and you're in a Nike training facility, that's where you are. And you're training. Okay, so you get your group of guys together. You pick your coach. You pay him. You might get another person like a doctor, and then you guys go get a house on Airbnb. You live in the house. You train and you sign yourself up for competitions. It's not $1 million thing. But everybody knows it's pretty much you're your own track coach, you're your own school, and you take yourself to your own meets. That's really, in a nutshell, that's what it is.
I have a question
And
for
you
you.
might get some money.
It's somewhat on topic, but not necessarily. You're Lincoln University. They won national title,
Yes.
and they get invited to the White House, and the president decides to serve you
It's just
fast food.
unhealthy. Yeah, it's
just
unhealthy.
a whole table full of any big time sandwich from any big time fast food restaurant, whether it's Chick-fil-A, Burger King, McDonald's. That's the platter he has laid out.
Yes.
Are you offended by that, or are you okay with it?
Well, I mean, our students, they eat fast food.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree with you.
Yeah, they eat fast food.
So you're okay with it. So you're like, even the presentation, because he presented it like it was filet mignon, which is fine. I mean, I guess it's cool.
No, it's not cool, man.
I'm trying to figure out if
it's not cool because we're gonna need something better than that.
I'm not taking.
So
if
you take the trip to the White House, you expect a better meal.
Very, very good food.
You taking the picture like
but
that
you're not
did
offended
with the barbecue
you're
sauce?
expecting...
I am offended because I'm looking forward to better food.
Man.
I'm looking forward to a whole better. That's supposed to be a presentation that you've never seen or experienced before.
That's what my thought was.
I've experienced fast food before. I could have bought my own fast food.
I mean, I know they say some of the players were excited about it, like, yeah, we live off of this, but I just feel like if I'm going there, number one, if I'm going...
Is this a situation that happened?
Yeah.
I'm confused. What's going on?
Clemson University won the national...
No, I didn't hear about this.
I thought you did. That's why I just assumed.
Break it down for you. Clemson won the national title. They beat Alabama. And within a week, they scheduled their White House visit. And, we're in a government shutdown. So Trump uses that moment to show, because there's a lot of people that, he has staff at the White House. They're furloughed. They're not working. So, because they're not getting paid. So he invites Clemson knowing this. So he has a brag about that he paid for it. So he has the pictures are online. He's sitting there, fine china.
Table long.
He got the Beauty and the Beast candles out, and for Big Macs and pizza.
Literally in the boxes says Big Macs.
Yeah, on the fine
Big
china.
Macs, Whoppers,
hey,
chickens,
man.
nuggets.
No. I didn't see. At first, I thought you was.
I wasn't making it
I thought this was a hypothetical question.
No. This
hypothetical for you, but this happened in real life already.
No. That's not. So he had this right here. He had. That's the drinks that they had.
Yes, they had.
No, not at all, man.
He had a whole. I'm telling you, you gotta look this up.
So I hope you guys know. They came from South Carolina to go to DC, and he gave them.
Didn't even get Chick-fil-A because they eat Chick-fil-A down there.
But he bragged about it because he said he paid for it out of his own pocket. He should pay for it out of his own pocket.
But what I'm saying is, man, we went to a track meet that was an hour away. We went to a track meet that was 40 minutes away, and they ate better than that.
Chinese buffet or something.
This is an overnight trip for them.
Yes.
And that's how
Absolutely.
Nah, man, they just finished winning the national championship. And why rush the visit? Like a week?
Because it's political, man. Like Trump wants that wall at all costs. So the visual of the White House having to go to fast food because they don't have their paid workers. He's a horrible person. But he
very calculated though. He took advantage of that opportunity.
Pizza party. But the thing is,
wings, buffalo wings.
He took advantage of that opportunity.
But the thing is, Dabo Swinney, the head coach of Clemson, he's a Trump supporter. That's fine. You're allowed to be whatever you are, but he's a Trump supporter. Probably donates to Trump. He took a picture with the barbecue sauce and a chicken sandwich, like he was so happy to be there, trying to normalize it. It's not normal. So like to try to be like, oh, this is American food, and I get it. That's what we eat, garbage. All of us, and try to normalize it to like this is everyday thing. They should be happy to be in my presence. Bothers me. It's really not the fast food. It's just the visual of we're just good old American boys eating Big Macs.
You couldn't have got these kids some Cheesecake Factory.
And that's how he advertised it.
Like
he advertised it as good
Fridays,
good American
good old
food.
American boys. We're not bougie. We don't eat good food. We eat Big Macs on plates.
Well, it's been out there that he loves fast food.
And he looks like
Who loves fast food?
Trump. He looks like it. Very oddly built man. But like no, the thing is though, he's like 6'4", man. He just looks weird. But the thing is, I've seen videos on Facebook where if you going on your Facebook and you're leaving comments about Trump, like saying like somebody should kill this guy, somebody shoot him please, the CIA is knocking on your door. FBI, like they're knocking on your door for making these comments. So I might be getting a knock on my door.
Call him out looking man. Hold on, before we go on,
that was never not from the Secret Service, though, man.
No.
Hold on, before we go on, if anyone is in need of credit repair, building credit, business loan counseling, contact the Credit Lab here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. You can contact them for a free consultation at www.thecreditlab.com. You can follow the Facebook page at The Credit Lab. And They're offering listeners $50 off of credit repair if you guys say that you heard it here from Opinionated Facts. All right. So if you need any help with your credit, make sure you check them out at the Credit Lab. Moving forward, though, Donald Trump, he went out. There was 300 hamburgers from Burger King, Wendy's, and McDonald's.
And Chick-fil-A. They had Chick-fil-A sandwiches there too.
And they had pizza from Domino's.
Yeah, they could have won. They want the healthy guys.
How much do you think he spent?
All
How much do you think he spent? This is throw a figure out there. You think he spent like 5,000?
Oh yeah, 100%, man.
Weird flex, but okay.
Probably over that, man. Because
it's definitely a tax write-off.
And it's
no question.
And I heard they get a bunch of free fast food at the White House anyway.
Dang.
I don't know, but
I mean
why ain't have no Taco Bell though?
For 30 kids,
because he hates Mexicans, man.
No
Chipotle.
You should have some Taco Bell on deck.
In South Carolina, all they eat is Chick-fil-A.
Cheap though.
Hey, he wants cheap anyway. He had double cheeseburgers.
Taco Bell has a dollar menu too. So.
Hey, they all got dollar menus now.
We need to figure out if he had the cheeseburgers and the 4-for-4 burgers out there.
I think he wanted
or if he had the deluxe bacon, egg, and cheeseburger.
He looked like a deal guy.
He on the phone, listen.
Yeah.
I can't do a Trump impersonation, but it's just sickening where we're at, and
but like if you,
for the kid that is not a Trump supporter that was there, and you think okay,
with the AirPods,
the kid that would.
I mean,
you know how much people of colors on that team?
Yeah, so I mean, the kid that.
And he put the fries.
That's
in
what
the
I'm
cup.
saying. Any kid. I'm just saying. Any
cold ass.
There's a good chance, obviously, on that team there was a non-Trump supporter that feels the way a lot of people feel.
Dabo threatened to take that charger away that he gave him. You know, they go there.
It's not even necessarily that. What I'm saying is, how does he feel thinking, okay, I'm going to go because it's a lifetime experience, once in a lifetime experience, thinking he's going to walk into something that he's never seen before. He walks into McDonald's.
But that's the thing, though. Last time
that
Clemson
would anger me as an athlete if I went there.
Last time Clemson,
I'm already going against my morals anyway by even going into the White House because he's in there.
Last time Clemson won a national title was Obama in office.
Yeah, I think
2015.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah. And everything was different. They had a catered barbecue type of lunch set up, and no nothing. Like Hunter Renfrow went from that to being happy about fast food and just like. But you can't make no waves as a college athlete, even if you're on your way out. Like you can't. You might want to get a job there 5 years from now when you don't make it in the NFL. So you can't really shit because Dabo is becoming one of the biggest, figures in college football.
Dabo's a new guy, man.
So we had this conversation. I had this conversation with B. I'm thinking Dabo's gonna eventually take the Alabama job at some point. That's just me. Not no facts behind it. He's an Alabama alum. Like, do you think? 5 years from now, because Nick Saban's getting up there, you think Dabo takes the Alabama job, or is Clemson going to become that job? Where would you rather be one of three? Because you got Nick Saban, Bear Bryant, or you're the guy at Clemson.
I would love to have my own legacy like that.
Because Dabo's 50, maybe.
I think I would love to have my own thing too.
That's Alabama. That's home. That's home.
That's
and you're at home.
But you're still in the shadow of.
But Nick, you can no matter what you do, you're always going to be in comparison to Bear Bryant and Nick Saban. Nick Saban's the greatest college coach I've ever seen, and they mention him in the same breath as Bear Bryant every time. It's never like, oh, Nick Saban. It's like he needs one more to catch Bear Bryant. And it's like if you're at Clemson, you're like, I got two already. It's like he's already a legend there, and he's going to be that for no matter how long.
Yeah.
The ACC is terrible right now.
Yeah, I'm staying. Who wants to go to the SEC? That's murderer's road, man. I don't want to go there and have to coach
the competitor.
That's great, but he's winning national titles where he's at. He's beating SEC teams to get there.
He recruits like nobody else.
I think I stay in Clemson, man, and keep winning titles and go down as the best college coach there ever.
I'm just saying, if he not an Alabama alum, I would think the same. But there's nothing like going home and doing
him being
and
an
winning.
Alabama alum makes it possible.
It does make it possible, but I just don't think it happens.
We'll see. That's a beauty.
He'll be hated like Lane Kiffin.
So, big day today. Later on, we got the two NFL matchups for the team to go to the Super Bowl. Kansas City versus New England, and the Rams versus the Saints. Shout out to Jamal Bushrod, my former teammate playing for the Saints. Who's your picks?
I mean, I would like to see. I usually root for the team that beats the Eagles. So whoever outs the Eagles, I'm usually like, hey, well, we lost to the champs. That's what I want to say.
Not the Saints, though, man.
Nah, I would like to see the Saints go and do it. I don't want to see Jared Goff just because he's the
they
same
rub it
draft
in our
class
face.
as Wentz. I don't want to see him win it. So absolutely, I think the Saints. I like to see the Saints go, and I think game of Mahomes, man. Game of Mahomes. He's
My
he's
homeboy.
it's his time right now. It's just what it is. It's just literally his time.
I just feel like the NFL needs a change of the guard, man. Like, I don't want this to be the old man weekend. Pacquiao just beat Broner. He's 40. Brady, 40-something. Breeze, pushing 40s in his Wranglers. I'm tired of the old guys, man. I need Mahomes and Goff in the Super Bowl.
Jack, I'm sorry to tell you that
I'm not
you're
I'm
old.
34. I'm closer to 30 than I am to 40.
Them guys are closer to 20 than they are 30.
Who?
Mahomes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think the NFL needs a change of the guard. Like,
Not the old guy doing it the right way.
yeah, that's debatable. No, they could be doing something.
I mean, you can't, it's hard to go.
And I'm
against Tom
tired.
Brady.
Like,
It don't matter
straight
how
up.
much you hate that guy.
Yeah.
It don't matter. Like if he finds a way to get the job done, it's like it's hard. And they're like, it's their first time being underdogs.
No, he
They're
cheated.
not
They cheat a
underdogs,
little
man.
bit too.
They cheat. Hey, they get there.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying, man. That's what they
What are
say,
you talking
right?
about? The flat football?
Oh, the football,
Man,
the
the Flake, man, the
spying
Flake.
Don't look at me
Come
like
on,
that,
man. You
man.
better
Hey,
talk about
you
Don't
gotta
look at me like they don't
Hey.
cheat.
flat.
Don't
2004
do that, man.
happened,
Please
man.
don't
You
start
realize
that,
You
how-
man.
think they're the only guys doing it?
Well, they're the only
No,
guys that won championships.
They were back last year. They were back last year
This
without
is
the,
8
without the
straight
flat
AFC
footballs.
title games, man.
They're just good.
So you think
Nah,
guys
they-
only decided to cheat twice?
No, I'm thinking if they did,
Well,
there's
you
more
get caught
than,
twice. Yeah, you gotta start
exactly.
rethinking
No,
it.
there's
yeah, but
more.
then you think they care?
But that's like using the boxing reference, like Margarito. Tony Margarito, I don't know if you remember him. He beats Cotto, bloodies him, batters him, look like he got beat with a bat, right? Next fight, gets found wrapping his gloves with plaster. You know, and as rounds keep going, it gets wet, it gets hard. You think he said that was the first time he used it. You think that was the first time he used it?
No.
First time he got caught.
Yes.
Exactly. Same thing with New England.
But I'm thinking that they're not the only ones doing it.
Don't matter, man. You got caught though.
He got
you
caught.
doing-
So that puts in question
what
everything.
you doing wrong that you getting
Asterisk.
caught and nobody else is?
I don't think you can
Well, with,
give
with
an
the
asterisk to a
Spygate,
guy that's
Coach
won
told
5 titles. 5
It's an
Super Bowls.
asterisk. Like, I
It's
watched
very
that.
difficult to do in this era, and he's doing it. Though I don't like him very much. He wins.
And what's up with Tom Brady, man? That man never gets hurt.
Never.
He's on that
Who's his
keto.
trainer, man?
The
What's that?
keto
What's
Stop
that
diet.
it,
kid's
man.
trainer?
Stop
Keto
it.
diet.
Stop.
What's his trainer's name again?
Trainer, he was also training Julian Edelman with the steroids.
You probably on that clear that Barry Bonds was on.
No, I'm
The
just.
keto diet, man. I was just.
I mean, he never
researching
gets
that the other
hurt,
day.
man. His shoulder never hurt. He
I
never-
mean, Drew Brees the
Takes
same
hits.
way though, and no one ever accuses Drew Brees.
Drew
of that.
Brees had a hell of a shoulder injury.
That was way long. That was
Career
15
could've
years
been
ago.
No, man, I just don't feel like accusing you. You're right. But I just don't feel
No,
like
I'll
accusing
accuse
Drew Brees. I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like
what I mean.
I feel like staying on the topic of conversation with Tom Brady, man.
I think Tom, like I said, it's hard to go against Tom because he doesn't lose too often in these kind of games.
Yeah, but he cheats. That's why. That's my reason. That's my reason.
I don't want to say
It
but-
just puts everything into question. Like, if he gets called for this, well,
8
then he
straight
get called
AFC
for it.
appearances.
But honestly,
Okay.
That is, it doesn't matter.
in terms
It
of
It don't matter if you cheat or not. At some point, someone's gonna have to beat you.
no, in terms of
It's not happening.
in terms of the game, you right, man. It's hard to say no to the Patriots.
Like I said, if I had to take a
wouldn't
pick
put
right now,
Because they
I'm
prepare,
going.
I
I
think
would
they
go.
prepare well.
I think KC is the better team, obviously. But it doesn't matter. Tom Brady has beaten better teams his entire
He beat
career
them this
because
year.
they're not. None of those teams were really
Alright.
better than the Patriots, but they were better.
I got the Patriots winning right now. Today.
So Patriots at home.
Today is their winning.
Patriots at home. Who are they gonna play in the Super Bowl?
Can't go there. You can't go down the Big Easy, man. I'm telling you,
I don't
Drew
know,
Brees.
man.
Put Coach on the spot.
It'd be nice to see LA, right?
No, it wouldn't.
It's new. It's a new team.
Yeah, it's always nice. Well, new team, you pick Kansas City.
Yeah,
You can't have two new teams, right?
I just don't think Andy Reid's gonna be able to get this done.
That's a knock on him. He doesn't.
Love Andy,
Belichick
man.
gonna outcoach him.
Right?
That's for sure.
He's notorious for
Belichick gonna outcoach Andy
He's
Reid.
notorious
We
for
just
not
gotta hope
winning
Mahomes
big
outplays New England.
Tyreek Hill usually puts on a
Hold
performance
on,
against
but
New England.
that would be nice though. Young boy out there getting it done.
Oh, I'd love to see Mahomes go. I'd love to see Andy
Nice.
Reid go finally. I mean, what he does when he gets there, who knows? But
He's a Hall of Fame coach, man. He needs that one Super Bowl. His coaching tree, the way he's adjusted over the years.
Don't give
like-
other people success.
You don't
his
think he's
success.
a Hall
man.
of Fame?
No, I said he's a Hall of Fame coach.
I don't
Without
know.
it? I mean,
It's
I
tough.
think he is without.
I feel.
No.
Look at McNabb.
Yes.
No.
Look
Yes.
at McNabb.
Yes.
McNabb would be in the Hall of Fame right now if he would have won the Super Bowl. Because Kurt Warner got in.
Hold on, you think
Then you got to put McNabb in the Hall of
You
Fame.
think
Then.
that's
If you're
one of the
saying yes to
credentials
Andy
you
Reid,
have?
It's not, but it is. Like
they're tied at the hip.
Like they try to act like it's
I
not.
think it's more. I told you McNabb's success is more Andy Reid than it was Donovan McNabb.
No, you're saying you always say McNabb's not a Hall of Fame quarterback.
He's not a Hall of Fame quarterback either.
And if you put
But
Andy
Kurt
Reid
Warner
in,
is.
you put Andy Reid in, all his success came with
It
McNabb.
is.
He is, but not to me.
No, he's still having success now.
No, he's
He-
had.
he changed
What
the
has
whole
he done?
coach. He
He
changed
hasn't
the whole-
won no title game yet. He
changed
hasn't
the
won
whole
to a Super
culture
Bowl
of the
yet.
Chiefs. He changed the whole franchise around for the Chiefs.
He changed the Eagles franchise around.
The Chiefs was
So did
pretty
McNabb.
terrible, though. It's not. That wasn't too hard to do.
The Chiefs, I
If
mean,
you
the
really think
Chiefs.
about
The
it.
Chiefs are loaded.
Not when he got there.
I'm about to say
No, they're
he's
not.
loaded
It
'cause of
sucked. So it's
When he
not that
got
hard-
there,
it's
though,
not
they
that
won
hard.
10 games that year.
Okay.
All right, so
And that's
let me-
not like you
so-
say he turned it around. Like,
so
yeah,
let me-
okay,
let
but
me ask you this, man: if he doesn't win a Super Bowl, is he like a fourth ballot Hall of Fame, or he's just not?
he's
Hall
not
of Fame
first
at all?
ballot. That's for sure. Unless he has a
Wait,
Super
as a
Bowl.
coach?
Yeah,
Like,
the
you
coach.
gotta. Belichick is first ballot. Like, I don't even know how that works. I thought you could get in as an active coach. You gotta wait 5 years?
Yeah, wait
As a
5
coach?
years
As
after
a
you-
coach?
Yeah, 5 years.
Probably.
I thought, because, like,
5 years
you
as
don't
a
see a
coach
lot
and
of
player.
coaches. Well, Belichick is gonna get in as soon as he changed the game. And, like, but with Andy Reid, is if he wins and retires this year, 5 years, depending on the class too, because there's a lot of guys. Just depending.
He's not first ballot.
They don't like to let a lot of the same position, but as a coach, there's really not. There's no other coach out there right now that people are clamoring for to be like, oh, he needs to be in the Hall of Fame. Like, yeah, Dungy was I think Tony Dungy was the last one to get in, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, we
He's
have,
not first ballot.
No, we have 4 great coaches this weekend too. Like, that's
Right.
McVay is special. He's coming.
What do you mean he's coming? He's here.
No, but he's not like.
Like, as far
he's
as
not
Super
Andy Reid,
Bowls
Sean
and-
Payton, Bill Belichick yet.
But
I give this guy a lot of credit, man. He hasn't
McVay?
done shit yet.
Ooh,
McVay.
what do you mean?
He hasn't done nothing yet.
what were the Rams before he got there?
I'm about to
Like,
say.
they got the playoffs last year, a young team. They
So you
lost.
putting Doug Peterson in that same round?
Bro,
Like, he won a chip.
He
Yeah.
did. But is he? Do we consider him one of the elite coaches?
Yeah.
Yes,
Do we?
You would
Yeah.
have to.
What do you mean you would have to? You don't have to do shit. That's just puppet shit again.
Oh, my God.
It's that puppet shit again,
No,
man.
it's
You
not
don't
that
believe
nobody.
I'm an Eagle fan. I
No.
love Doug,
His play calling. And
but
Nobody makes
What I'm
me
saying
do that,
is-
bro. What I'm saying is that puts you. You win a title. That
name the
puts
top
you-
5 coaches in the league right now. Doug
Hold
Peterson's
on,
not in
man.
it.
Hold tight.
Is he in it?
Wait a minute.
Is Doug Peterson in it?
Hold on. I gotta stop this.
Top 5 coaches right now. Is he in?
Because he won a title last year, he's elite.
Yes.
How? That's what I'm saying.
How does
How?
that not put you in elite class?
So
Does
okay,
it?
Hold
How
on,
many
hold on one
coaches
second,
told you?
man.
is there
I
even
got-
5 coaches in the league right now that have Super Bowl titles?
I'm just saying. If you had to name top 5 coaches, is Peterson in there? I don't think he
Yeah.
is.
No, hold on.
Yes.
But your
You guys are
reasoning-
biased.
Your reason is
No.
because he has a title.
No.
from last
My
year?
reason is
Do you know how hard it is to win a title?
Okay, so he's
Who's
Yes,
the better
you
coach?
know.
Andy
So
Reid
he's
or
elite right now.
Peterson?
Yes.
What
better
about
coach?
next
Yes.
year?
Better coach, Andy Reid or Peterson?
well, that's his son. Like, he
I
learned
don't
from
care about
him.
that. I'm not trying to hear that.
Andy Reid.
That's every
Andy
person in the
Reid.
league. Okay. And he hasn't won a title at all. But you're giving him to be the better coach over a guy that has a title.
I just said Doug Peterson is an elite coach. I didn't say he was the best.
Is he
It's
an elite
hard.
coach?
It's hard to
Yes.
come up with a top 5 coach list. Like, it fluctuates from year
Is
to
it?
year. Yeah.
Look how
I don't
bad.
think
People used to think John Gruden was a genius, and now you get laughed at if you say
Well,
that.
he
Maybe you
needs
should
time
cut
over
the
there.
top
I'm not
three,
worried
man.
about him.
Cut the top three. Top 3
Okay.
coaches is easier.
Who?
Top 3 coaches.
Go ahead.
You got Belichick.
Right.
You want Belichick, Peyton, and McVay probably,
No.
or
why you
Andy Reid.
put- I said, why you put
Either
McVay
way.
over
But
Andy
then you're
Reid?
going to go McVay. Who's your number 5?
It's
Is it
arguably-
Peterson? No, it's not.
I'm putting Peterson over McVay.
Mike Tomlin not elite. He's not elite coach.
He's got to be. He's been there
I'm
for
just
20
trying to
years. He got 2 titles.
I like Tomlin.
See that comment is a little tricky because he won a Super Bowl. He's elite.
No, he's got 1.
When was the
You got
last
1.
time
Sorry, you got
Tomlin
1.
won?
You're
a
at the
Super Bowl?
cower. Sorry.
Tomlin's an elite coach, though.
When was the last? But see, without winning one in the near.
Do you not
in
go
the
John
recent
Harbaugh?
future.
Is he not an elite
In
coach
10
as
years.
long as
10
he's
years?
been
10
in
years.
Baltimore?
He won a Super Bowl 10 years ago.
Yeah, when's Steelers' last title?
Coward's first year out of the league.
Yeah, we're talking about 10
Tomlin
years
So
won
ago.
hold on.
Yeah.
So he's elite though because he won a Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, and he got the
All right,
Steelers
so
relevant.
what coaches are graded
what-
differently,
What
man.
happens if he doesn't win next year? Is
You
he still
cannot
elite?
get Peterson in the top 5 coaches.
No, I'm saying is he still elite next year?
Well, yes. Like, once you win a title, it elevates
Can you get Peterson in the top 5 elite
But
coaches in
you
the
do
league right
realize,
now?
like,
Right now.
You know, winning a title has a lot of luck to it, though.
You can't
Yes.
get Peterson in.
It does.
we
You got to
know.
be good
We
and you
know.
got to be lucky. You got to be lucky and good. But when you get it, it puts you in that elevated class.
Is Peterson in the top 5 coaches right now?
Top
Yeah.
5.
I named you 4.
Top 5, yes.
I named you already 4. And if you throw Mike Tomlin or John Harbaugh in, Peterson's like number 6 or 7.
I'm not putting. I can put Peterson over Harbaugh.
Really? Can you?
He's been there 3 years, right? And he's been Super Bowl champ, one playoff, another one. 2 out of 3 years, he's been relevant.
And Harbaugh he don't have any titles.
He missed the playoffs like how many years straight?
Who?
Harbaugh.
Look, by not putting Harbaugh in it, I'm not saying he's a bad coach.
I know, but you're being disrespectful.
How? Am I putting Peterson above him?
Yes. This guy's been doing it for 15 years over there. With the title. We're taking bum teams to the playoffs.
How many? Harbaugh got 2.
You got 1.
Are you sure about that?
I think he has.
Yeah,
I thought he had
they
2
won
as
like
well.
in 2001 with Brian Billick. Not Brian, yeah. And then
He has Trent
Oh, he
Dilfer.
got another
He
one.
No, that was
Yeah.
Brian Billick. You're right.
He
You're
was
right.
a
You're right.
special
Yeah,
teams
it is
coach
two. It is
in
one.
Philly.
It is one. My bad. You're right.
He's an Andy Reid
He's an Andy
disciple
Reid
too.
guy too.
The Andy Reid coaching tree.
Andy Reid runs the NFL.
So he should automatically go into the Hall of Fame because he has
No, when he
guys
wins
under
it-
him
when
that
he
are
wins
successful.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Really?
like- yeah, you
If
changed the game. Like Bill Walsh, like his coaching tree was ridiculous. Doug Peterson's tree is kind of, in a short amount of time, that means you surround yourself with good football
Who's the Green
minds.
Bay coach before the guy that got fired? Before him, Holmgren, Mike Holmgren. Andy Reid's the disciple of him.
McCarthy.
No, McCarthy was the guy that just got fired.
No.
Before McCarthy.
was
Holmgren.
Not Holmgren. There was somebody else in there between them.
But
Andy Reid was
well,
the
my point
veteran,
is, Andy Reid and Gruden were both disciples of Holmgren.
Who was a disciple of Bill Walsh?
Is he a Hall of Fame coach? I don't even
Mike
think he is.
Holmgren?
Yeah.
No.
Well, you're just naming 2
He
guys.
has a title. He has a title.
Not every Hall of Fame, not every Super Bowl winning coach.
But
is
look at
gonna
his
be a Hall
coaching
of-
tree. Andy Reid, John Gruden, all geniuses, right? You're saying people deserve to get in off of their tree.
No,
Why are you putting Holmgren in? Like, who are you comparing him to?
Well, you said Andy Reid, based off of his tree, should get in.
And his success.
How is that? If he's that successful, then you're saying Mike Holmgren. He came from Mike Holmgren's tree, and so did John Gruden. Titles.
Oh, now I see your point. Now I see where you're trying to go.
He took 2 different franchises to Super Bowl.
Who?
Holmgren.
So is he I just asked you if he's a Hall of Fame coach. You said no.
Isn't he in Hall of Fame?
I'm
he was
asking
a good.
you.
He was a great GM too. Like after his coaching days, he built that Seattle team.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
Who?
Mike
Holmgren.
Holmgren, yeah.
Yes. I'm big
Sorry
on
to
titles.
disappoint you.
You guys just give away everything.
Everybody's going Hall
You
of
guys
Fame.
just
You
give
go
away
Hall of
everything.
Fame.
Everybody
you go
deserves
Hall of Fame.
everything. I'm just giving it away. Just take it.
Titles mean something to me, man. I'm a coach. It's hard to win one game. Better get a title.
It's hard to win a title, man.
I never said it wasn't.
But
I don't think you hand them out based off of that.
So what?
But-
Go ahead, coach.
I had an opportunity to win a title this year. We didn't win. But if I did win the title, that doesn't mean that, because I don't have to leave the institution to go into Hall of Fame. As long as I'm there for 5 years as a coach, I can go into the Hall of Fame. So if I would have won this year, I wouldn't say that in 5 years that title should have got me an automatic Hall of Fame bid. No. Nah. That title not enough for me to get to the Hall of
Wait,
Fame.
for your school Hall of Fame?
Yeah, it's not enough.
Huh?
That's not enough.
It depends on your school. How many guys have national titles?
Nah, he needs another title after that to get in.
How many coaches got national titles?
Yeah.
One.
Then yeah, you're going
He
in.
got all 18 of them.
You got all 18 of them.
He got all 18 of them.
And well, if you got one,
As a coach, yeah, maybe that's the only reason why.
you deserve to go in. Like, a title puts you in rare. You can go to your boss and say you want a raise because you got a title. Like, when you get titles, you can do certain things. Hall of Fame, yeah, the ballot goes in there, depending on how much success you have. Unless you go title and nothing else. But if you're title and you stay relevant for years and have a shot at another title and you're missing, yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Just give it away. Hall of Fame ain't what it used to be, man. Everybody gets
Yeah,
that.
somebody could induct me, man. Induct me. My time is up, man.
Once Trace McGrady got to the Hall of Fame, it kind of lowered every Hall of Fame. So standards are low now. Mitch Richmond's a Hall of Famer. Why?
Until Barry Bonds gets in, I don't want to talk about the Hall
He's
of Fame.
never
You
gonna
said
get
Trace McGrady.
All right, man, we gotta wrap up, man. We've been going on here for a while. Hey, but we want to thank Coach Bailey for coming out and joining us, man. We definitely appreciate it. This is week 24 of Opinionated Facts. Almost forgot her name for a second.
Jeez.
Must be that cold. You're not going to the Hall of Fame.
Must be that cold you're fighting.
I blame it on the cold. I definitely blame it on the cold.
That cold gonna keep you at the Hall of Fame, man.
Well, we're gonna wish Bailey here some much success, man, because we definitely want to see you be successful down there, and hopefully you come back when you get a national title. Yes, I always plug that. So, I feel like somebody wins something, they gotta come back and talk to us.
You're right.
Look, man, when I win something, I'm gonna come back and talk to you guys.
All right.
You're officially a friend of the show now. For all success that you have, you'll be on our page with us promoting it.
All right, thank you, man. Thank you. I could tag you in any.
Yeah, everything you want to do, man.
Definitely,
man. We make the trip down. We'll come down.
I could oversaturate the tagging.
Yeah, we can go a live podcast from Lincoln University at like a track event or something. Just let us know, man.
Okay, cool, man.
Get some of your players on.
We're gonna come back down to F&M this Friday.
Nice.
And that's gonna be an every year thing from now on. We're gonna stay close to F&M.
That'll be indoor.
Indoors.
When does spring start?
Spring starts for us in March.
Gotcha. Yeah. You guys go through the summer?
We go through May. Yup. We'll go through May and then they'll go home and then get ready for cross country.
Nice. It goes year round, man. Yeah. Year round. People have no idea about that track life.
Okay, babe. There we go.
Yeah, well, learn about it. You guys used to clown me when I was a track coach.
Yeah, stay laid up. Stay prayed up.
It's the shout outs, man. We gotta do it right now. We're gonna end it right. Jack, what shout outs you got?
Shout out to everybody.
I like it. He covered it all. I didn't even gotta shout no one out. Like, yo, shout out to everybody.
God and them. Whatever that.
There goes Broner again. You can't get out of here without talking about Broner. He had that on his shorts.
And he said he don't even know who them is.
He had it on the back of his shorts, on God and them.
God, they talking about God.
It said on God and them?
Yeah, it said on God and them. On the back of his shorts.
Like, what is that? I thought it was them, but it's them.
These boxers got interesting.
I'm telling you, man.
See, they not sharp up in their mind, man.
Once I saw that he was wearing Fashion Nova, I was like, he's gonna get his ass beat. But he had his whole crew.
We can confirm that was Fashion Nova he was wearing.
It said Fashion Nova for men.
Oh my God!
His whole crew was wearing the sweatsuits. They look.
What you guys think about all these guys coming into the pregame with the fur and stuff like that, man?
It works when you handle your business.
No, it never works.
No,
did anybody win last night dressed like that?
No, that kid Warren came in decked out. He had the dog tag on, and he got his ass beat by the same guy that beat him in the Olympics.
Day, man.
It never works. Red, you got shout outs? Shout out to everybody.
Man. Shout out to Pacquiao, man, for just allowing me not to no longer give that man my time. I don't know, man. Shout out to everyone.
No doubt. Man, shout out to the 7-letter family like I always do. And somebody give me some medicine, some NyQuil, some something. But we're gonna beat this cold.
I hope.
Kind of me for having to fight the cold.
I'm about to make a t-shirt, man. Be strong. Like, yo, this guy fighting the cold. Come on, dog.
Coach, you got any shout outs you want to give? Anybody watching? Anybody?
Yeah, man, shout out to you guys for the opportunity, definitely. And also, I think every coach should have a coach, man. So I got a number of coaches, people that brought me up, man. So shout out to Medee Williams. He's out in Hackensack, New Jersey, and that's somebody that I always looked up to. Richard Dalgetty, he's not even a coach. He's more of just a mentor. He's in banking, and we live on the same street, or used to live on the same street. And he coaches his 2 sons in track, and that's that. He actually got me my first coaching job.
Gee.
And my job was to just make sure one guy was good. and now I'm coaching 60 people. So I want to shout out to him and one of my very close friends, Aris, man. He's heavily into podcasts as well. He's definitely a sports guy. I just want to shout out to all my supporters.
Definitely. Hey, man, like I said, we appreciate you coming through. You're always welcome here. You got anything going on, let us know. We'll definitely keep an eye on you and share everything that you got on our platforms as well.
Yes, sir.
So, big shout out to Lincoln Track and Field, Lincoln University, man. To touch on that, too, real quick. I know we got to go. But shout out to Lincoln University for the incident they had with their basketball players.
You can't just touch on that, man. This is not bring it up at this point.
It's not bringing it up.
It deserves.
Shout out
to who?
To
the kids for taking care of that.
No, but like to the university for like not really punish them like they need to be punished.
What?
Like no, not like they need to be punished.
Yeah,
Not
we should
punish
talk
them.
to
Yeah, you gotta give it the time.
You better talk them into a whole felony.
Yeah, I'm getting out of here.
Look, man, shout out to Lincoln University for doing the right thing for them kids, man, and making sure they got their stuff back and you know, holding the right person accountable, maybe. Let's say that.
Okay.
All right.
Fair enough.
All right, we out of here, man. Stay laid up, stay prayed up, stay out the way, and listen to what some old folks have to say. See you guys next week. Peace.
What's the story behind that? Basketball.